Kenya is cooked. We are cooked. Just a year ago, William Ruto, our president, featured in the global news.
You must have come across various listicles reflecting on the goods and bads of the past year. One such list was also published on World Leaders to rank the most corrupt one in the year of 2024. 2 African leaders have made it to the top 3 on the list of the most corrupt leaders of 2024. The 2 are Kenyan President William Ruto and Nigerian President Bola Tinubu. The world leaders were ranked by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, or the OCCRP. Now, the global network of investigative journalists that specializes in organized crime and corruption. Ruto and Tinubu were the finalists for the OCCRP's Person of the Year Award. The top ranked, that is the most corrupt leaders title, was given to former Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Kenya's William Ruto was placed second, and Nigeria's Bola Tinubu was secured the 3rd spot.
And that wasn't enough. On corruption, Kenya is yet again trending at a global stage. Just go ahead and listen to this before we jump right into our exclusive analysis.
Still to matters regarding public funds, and the United States has branded Kenya a haven of corruption, where only the well-connected and powerful can secure lucrative government contracts. This scathing assessment by the US's annual National Trade Estimates report indicates that corruption has derailed trade between the 2 nations. Gloria Milimu reports.
A report by President Donald Trump's administration has revealed that graft in Kenya is not only persistent but deeply entrenched. In its annual National Trade Estimates report, the United States representative has branded Kenya a haven of corruption, where the most powerful and well-connected gobble up all the lucrative government contracts. The March 2026 report indicates that corruption remains a substantial barrier to trade and investment in the country, posing a challenge to U.S. firms that continue to report challenges competing against other foreign firms willing to cut corners in order to trade with Kenya. The United States Trade Representative particularly singles out government procurement processes at both the national and county government level, where the report indicates that corruption dominates the country's procurement ecosystem. It further states that U.S. firms continue to report direct and indirect requests for bribes from multiple levels of the Kenyan government, leaving them disadvantaged against competitors willing to pay the ultimate price for preferential treatment. Despite these obstacles, though, trade between the 2 nations witnessed an increase in 2025. U.S. goods exports to Kenya jumped 28.5% to about 128.8 billion shillings, while imports from Kenya rose 16.5% to roughly 111.7 billion shillings during the same year. Even so, the report warns that these figures could be far higher if Kenya addressed its regulations that stifle American exports. Similarly, the Trump administration has also flagged Kenya as a hub in the global illegal wildlife trade, describing the country as a major source, destination, and transit hub for wildlife trafficking products and their derivatives.
As you have heard it, corruption in Kenya is not just persistent, but also diverse. This is huge. This is so huge. And remember that it is happening in the leadership of President William Ruto. And this is not enough. We also told that Kenya is a source of trafficking wildlife animals. That can tell that generally Kenya is a hub of illegal activities. Now, what does this mean to Kenya as a country? Let's dive right into it. Point 1. Damaged international image. With this, Kenya has just damaged our international image. Because tell me, how are countries outside there now seeing Kenya with all these activities happening and rehappening like each and every year. That is something that is now taking the good image of Kenya and now giving Kenya a very bad image. The second point is about damaged international partnership. Most countries will now start avoiding Kenya in terms of partnering in trading, because corruption is not just corruption. It is persistent and also diverse. So which country will allow herself to work with Kenya or to partner with Kenya in trading when Kenya is taking the lead in terms of corruption? It is very difficult. And even investors will now start to avoid Kenya. Now, this is something that has brought a lot of problem to this country, Kenya. The third and the last point is damaged international assistance. For many years, US has been assisting Kenya in various ways. But now, with all this persistent and also diverse corruption and illegal activities, do you think that US will still go ahead to assist Kenya the same way she used to do? That is something I can't see going to happen. And again, Kenya cannot live without borrowing. Now, how will Kenya be seen by the World Bank, by the IMF, by other countries which are sometimes helping her to get money for borrowing? I can see that Kenya is going to be blocked from borrowing, because see that we are borrowing, and the money we are borrowing is not helping the citizens, rather helping some few greedy politicians. This is something that can lead Kenya to be barred completely from borrowing externally. That is my take. You can as well let me know yours in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like the video and also subscribe